So talking about concert dress codes and like the stress of what to wear to them feels a little bit crazy. Like imagine looking a Victorian child in the eye and explaining to them that all your stress lies in being the most stylish at the barricade and you just can't find a matching boa. You'd think that we'd have bigger things to worry about, especially at a concert, but we just don't. I feel like a lot of people, when you're having the conversation about concert dress codes, don't even realize that the concept of a concert dress code like goes way back, and it's not like this brand new crazy phenomenon. I mean, it's been elevated, of course, but it's not this brand new thing. A lot of people in the past few decades, for example, love to go to concerts dressed like the artist who's performing. The clothing that you wear almost demonstrated your level of fandom and how much you know about the artist and how you want to be perceived. And a lot of these lookalikes would end up all over the news because they look so crazy or they look so similar to the artist performing. And it would either be something cool like that, or you would be a younger fan who's like decked out head to toe in merch from the artist. I was actually reading a lot of articles about what people wear to concerts for this video, and so many people, mostly like millennials with their little millennial vlogs, were talking about going to concerts back in the day, and they were just decked out in merch because they were too young to pull off a cool look or a look-alike look, which reminds me so much of one of my first concerts, which was Demi Lovato when I was like 12, and I wore a shirt that I glitter glued on. It was like a white t-shirt, and I used glitter glue paint to put I Heart Demi across the front, and I had like a matching pink headband and some capri jean shorts, okay? Or there's also that classic like fangirl kind of look when you're a little bit younger and you go to the concert with like tattoos on your face of the artist, or like marker on your face or on your forehead if you were like one of those extreme girlies. I feel like I didn't stress it enough in this video, but this is what the girlies used to wear to concerts, okay? It was all about the artist t-shirts and the jeans and the little tank tops and the plaid flannels wrapped around your waist, all of those things. And there even used to be those One Direction concert outfit collages that had just like the most ridiculous outfits on them. But this is just genuinely what people used to wear to concerts. Or you would wear like a bandana that had glitter glue on it that would say I Heart Bieber, and your arms would be like lined with plastic bracelets. But in the new age of concert fashion, things have definitely gotten a lot more extravagant. We have taken dressing like the artist on stage or dressing in a specific aesthetic for a concert a million steps further in more recent years. TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, they're constantly flooded with these elaborately planned out outfits and crazy costumes that people spend a lot of time and money planning for their shows. And a lot of times these outfits are so like elaborate and detailed that the concert goer themselves looks like the artist that's performing on stage, or they look like they could be the one putting on the show because their outfit looks like it was straight up designed for a concert. And there's even like Twitter and Instagram accounts that are dedicated specifically to showing off people's looks at concerts, like it's the fucking fangirl Met Gala. That is like absolutely the best way to describe concert fashion these days. It's fangirl Met Gala for sure. I even came across this TikTok recently where this girl apologized for her concert outfit being too casual. Which, like, it's insane to apologize for wearing something casual to a concert. Like, you're saying sorry for dressing casually for a concert. It's a concert. Like, but B, she wasn't even dressed casually for the concert. Like, she has on the cutest skirt, like the ribbons, the decorations, like cute shoes. She is so dressed up, and she apologized for being too casual. Wow. Like, I think that right there alone just says so much about the current culture of fashion at concerts or concert outfits. And it's crazy because this kind of thing happens, like the apologizing happens because people are so judgmental about what you wear to concerts these days. Like, you could be dragged through the depths of hell. You could be the talk of Twitter if you show up to like Love on Tour, for example, in a t-shirt and jeans. And it's because it's just like expected at this point, like expected that you would come to a show dressed to the nines and quote fitting in with everyone else, so to speak. And there is a certain subculture that preceded this that kind of influenced people wearing clothes like this to concerts, of course. Like the rave scene, for example, that emerged in the 80s and had people wearing outlandish costumes to party scenes. And then of course Coachella rose in 2012 and sort of further blended the line between rave fashion and concert fashion. I feel like Coachella was a lot of people in the mainstream's introduction to the concept of wearing something crazy to a music event or planning an elaborate outfit outfit to a music event. Like that wasn't really a thing in people's minds until they started seeing Coachella looks, especially because Coachella is so celebrity and influencer heavy. So it's a lot easier to spread that kind of thing around. So I feel like it was a little bit inevitable that people would start wearing more elaborate outfits to concerts too, just because it was such a huge part of like rave culture, like I said, and then also concert festivals or music festivals. Can you tell this video is not scripted? But you get what I mean, hopefully. Like it was just very inevitable that this would start happening at concerts because it really is just another party scene, another music scene. And I can't talk about influences on concert fashion without talking about Harry Styles, of course, come on. Obviously, his fans sort of pioneered a lot of what's popular at concerts these days. Not that Harry's invented concert fashion. I literally just talked about some of concert fashion's influences, but I definitely think Harry's had a huge hand in creating the culture of fashion that we're seeing today, right now in the 2020s. That all sort of kicked off when they started dressing like Harry during Live on Tour, wearing like glittery suits and stuff like that. And then it just kept going and now it is what it is. That's why I just feel like Harry's pioneered so much of that, and so much of what people wear to concerts now started with Harry's. Plus, Harry's are always the ones being talked about for concert fashion. I feel like I see a viral tweet every once in a while where someone is talking about Harry's at concerts specifically. Like it'll be a picture of like a subway in New York and there's a million Harry's on the train and the tweet is like, she and Met Gala, and then it has 100,000 retweets. It's always Harry's who are in these viral tweets about concert outfits. So that's why they kind of come to my mind first when you're talking about influences. But that influence carried over so much into other fandoms, and now everything is all about like, ooh, what's your concert fit gonna be? It's like such a huge part of the concert experience now in a way that it just never was before. It's like the second that not even when you have the ticket, like the second that the artist announces a tour, it's like, oh my God, what's the fit gonna be? Before you even secured the damn ticket, it's like a stop in the process of going to a concert, perfecting the fit. I personally remember being very mega ultra stressed about finding an outfit for my Love on Tour show, mostly because I am not a skinny girl. Yep, I'm going there. I saw this tweet floating around Twitter about this that actually inspired this very video. This tweet is by Lauren at EverSinceDC. It says, concert outfits are so hard to plan when you aren't skinny. And then that tweet sort of blew up and it has thousands of interactions and a lot of people quoting it saying like, so true, can relate. And when I saw that tweet and all the engagement that it was getting, I had to make a video about this. I was like, oh my God, you're so right. I have to talk about this in a video, especially because it's something that I've struggled with myself and I can bring my own experiences to the table. I feel like with this, there's 3 different big issues here, okay? Number 1, it's really hard to plan concert outfits as a fat person because all of those extravagant, glamorous, cute pieces that we're, quote, supposed to be wearing to these shows are not available in bigger sizes. It was soul-crushing, ultra stressful, going in and out of stores physically and also scrolling online, trying to find something cute that was in a size other than large, because it feels like it just stops at large and then they just don't care anymore and it doesn't go anywhere past that. So then it's like you go to the plus size section, if there even is one in the store, because sometimes there's not. You go to the plus size section or the plus size section on a website and you try to look for something, but then they just have very, very limited options and no variety at all. Or the options that they have are straight up ugly. As if fat people are just like simply not allowed to wear those kinds of clothes. They're just not there. They're just not offered. And I never really understood this. I'm sure there is some kind of reason when it comes to manufacturing clothes, blah, 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 whatever. But I never understood why there's like really cute pieces in the regular section of the store. And then you go to the plus size section and it's not just the same clothes in a bigger size, but rather a completely different collection of clothes altogether. And they're usually so fucking ugly. Like, why can't you just make the cute pieces in bigger sizes? Is me question, which there's probably a reason for that. And I just don't know it. But it would just be so much simpler if that's the way that things went. And I guess in my head, my argument would be if you don't have enough money to make size inclusive clothes, then don't make clothes. The second issue here is that if you do manage to find something super cute and glamorous, extravagant, whatever for your show, it's really hard to feel good in it. I feel like I've tried on so many things in my time for a concert and I just cannot convince myself that I look as good in it as a skinny person would. So then it's like you could go for something more casual and toned down so you don't have to worry about that, but then you're just gonna stick out anyway because you're not dressed to the nines for your show. Go big or go home. I guess I'm going home, y'all. It's like either stick out because you're a fat person wearing this kind of clothing and you feel insecure, or stick out because you're not dressed well enough to be there. Either way, you're sticking out. So unless you're a plus size person who is just completely comfortable with wearing anything that you want, you're going to go out there and slay the day away and conquer it no matter what. Good for you. I wish everyone could feel like that. It is so hard, but I really applaud you if you are that kind of person. I wish that everyone could feel that way in the clothes that they wear, but society just makes it so difficult. We live in a society. But one of the bigger points that I really need to make here is that a huge part of not feeling good in that kind of clothes also comes from the fact that there is like no plus size representation when it comes to concert clothing these days and like this era of concert clothing. Plus size representation sucks in general. But for the sake of this video, we are talking about concert clothing wise. You can literally go on Pinterest right now and look up like concert outfit inspo or concert outfit aesthetic, love on tour outfit inspo. And what will you see? You will see the same body type over and over and over again, and it is skinny. And while we're at it, they're all white too. But that's for another video. I rest my case. But yeah, it's the same on TikTok. You can go and look up Love on Tour outfit inspo or concert outfit aesthetics, and all of the most popular and most shared videos will be skinny girls showing off their little fits. So it just feels like it's a little bit harder to wear those kinds of clothes and go out and feel good when it feels like nobody appreciates those kind of clothes on a plus size body. It would just be really nice to have some inspo pictures on plus size bodies of people wearing outfits that are deemed concert appropriate. And I think that would help so much with people feeling a little bit better about wearing what they want and getting out there and looking cute and feeling good. I feel like this whole conversation also just goes back to raising the question of, can't people just want to be comfy at their shows? I remember I tried so hard to be that bitch at one of my Harry shows, and I had those like giant heeled skin tight black boots, and I ended up taking them off during the show because my feet were literally killing me and I could not have a good time. And I ended up walking back to the car in my sock feet because it was just unbearable. And there was another time I went to a different show where I was wearing a top that had my tits falling out, and I could not jump around and dance for the life of me because it was just so bad. And yes, that was poor planning on my part. That's your fault, girl. I know, don't come for me. It was poor planning on my part wearing those things to a concert, but again, it was just all in the name of like, quote, fitting in at the show and like wearing the, quote, correct thing, you know? But yeah, I just feel like it should be so okay to value comfort over fashion when you're going to a concert. And it shouldn't have to be this whole big judgmental thing when somebody doesn't want to go all out for their show. I know that sounds crazy if you're not like engaged in the music world heavily like that, but there are people who will judge you and tweet about you if you're not wearing something glamorous at a concert. It's true, it exists, it's real, I promise. And the concept of like pressure from other people doing something, or the concept of FOMO, goes so deep and so far to the point where you can just be so anxious, even though it may seem like this little thing that doesn't matter. In the moment, it can feel like it really, really matters. Overall, I really don't think there's some big issue with people wanting to go huge for their concerts. I think that's such like a personal choice. Like, I'm never gonna judge someone who wants to spend all their money on a really, really extravagant, cute concert fit and just go all out for the pictures and the videos and to have a good time. I think that's amazing. That's wonderful. I think it's so cool that we've incorporated like this different type of fashion, like concert fashion specifically. It almost feels like its own subcategory. Like concert fashion and festival fashion is just like unlike anything else that I've seen. So I think it's really cool that people want to do that. But I just think that it comes with some things to be aware of, such as representing different types of bodies within this subculture of fashion, making inspiration accessible to people with different body types so they can feel just as good. And also, it just needs to be a two-way street going on here. Like, I respect you for wanting to go all out at a concert, so you should also respect me for wanting to go a little bit more low-key or comfortable at a concert. because at the end of the day, it really is just a space for everyone to come together and enjoy live music and have a good time and have a drink or whatever. That's what it goes back to after everything is said and done. So I don't think we should be super judgmental of people who don't want to go big for concerts. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about today's concert fashion culture, and if there's any issues with it that you have that maybe I forgot to mention or didn't mention. Let me know if you like this video, because it's taking on a very different style for me, like filming and editing wise, a lot more chatty, like opinionated kind of stuff, just exploring things and music and fangirl stuff. So let me know, give it a like if you liked it so I know. It also really helps out with the algorithm, so go like. You can also check out my description box for a form I have where you can fill out video requests if you have something specific you want me to talk about. And you can also follow all my social medias down there. I hope you're all doing absolutely amazing, drinking all the water, thriving, and I will see you in my next video.